The stories of the day now. First up, monitor cases of coronavirus in South Africa. We also get reaction from ordinary people around that are going to be arriving, that have been repatriated from Wuhan in China. Apologies, that one not making too much sense there, but I hope you get the idea. All right, Ukhozi FM is going to finally reveal the 2019 results of its Ingoma Ehlukanisa Unyaka campaign. The SABC was interdicted from revealing the results on the 31st of December last year. The court application was withdrawn in January this year, and today the station will recreate New Year's Eve with actual top 10 songs as voted by listeners. Okay, it's Friday the 13th. Anything can happen on this day. You do know that, hey? All right, the 25th or the 25 victims of last week's fatal bus crash at Tentane are to be buried in a mass funeral today. 21 people, including a 3-year-old boy, are from Tebe village. Their bus from Mazepa Bay plunged down a ravine en route to town, with mostly elderly people going to withdraw their social grants. The driver was among the deceased. Moving into trending topics now, and Limpopo is not a dumping site. Okay, so that's one of those trending topics that was spoken about yesterday and is still speaking about. Now, the reason behind all of this, of course, as you know, is that it has now been decided that that area, that the ones that are being repatriated, the South Africans that are being repatriated from Wuhan, they are going to be put outside into the quarantine zone, which is outside of Polokwane, and that is where this is, in Limpopo. And people are not happy at all in Polokwane. We're not a dumping site. We don't want this. We really do not want the people here in Limpopo, and it's just a big one. I mean, you can go in and you can have a look at this, and Katlech was saying, since coronavirus started, the only thing our government did and still doing is to tell us to wash our hands and stop worrying. How could we stop worrying while the number of infected people goes higher and higher and higher? And saying, you guys didn't bring us anything. You didn't bring us Zozitunzi, you didn't bring us the box, but you're bringing us corona. That's kind of the message. But nonetheless, this is something that is trending, and it's a very big trending topic. So take a look at that one if you like. All right, another trending topic. Arteta, you're going to hear all about this in the sports bulletin, and that's all linked to COVID-19 as well. As you can see, this is Olympiacos owner had coronavirus. They played Arsenal. Every Arsenal player went into isolation, but Arteta didn't. Arteta now has coronavirus. So this is something that we really have to look at, isn't it? Arteta getting coronavirus is, and everybody talking to this, going to stop Liverpool from winning the league. Guys, I promise I'll never banter Arsenal ever again. Now everybody's worried about the league now. That's another thing. And another Twitter user saying, Arteta took training on Tuesday with the whole squad and started to feel ill on Wednesday. He was tested and positive results came through tonight. Club is now effectively closed while they work through who he has come into contact with and what happens. But you can see from the photographs there, the sporting events that have been cancelled around the world. The NBA, you heard that announcement. The president did that and spoke to President Donald Trump, saying that all NBA games are not going ahead anymore. The Australian Grand Prix also not happening anymore. They've put that on hold. So, this is a reality, and that's why we're asking you the question. Do you think we should follow suit? Do you think major sporting events and crowd gatherings should be just, suspended for now? Let us know. Also, COVID-19. I mean, everything we've spoken about is related to COVID-19. Another case that I'm looking at is the Canadian Prime Minister's wife, President's wife, who has been also diagnosed with coronavirus. So that's something that you need to look out, and every day there's somebody new that's coming out. So the wife of Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, Sophie, tested positive for coronavirus, and that means obviously he's at high risk. They'll both be in isolation now for the next 2 weeks. You saw Tom Hanks and his wife also testing positive. They are also in a hospital in Australia. They put out a message to say they're doing well, not feeling great, but they are okay, and just be aware that this thing is real. So it's everywhere you look, and it's something that we need to look at. Another review that came through was the death toll in Italy has now risen over 1,000 people, with cases in Europe's worst hit country passing 15,000. That's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the news that pours in overnight over COVID-19. So obviously a very big trending topic. And finally, the Bitcoin is trending. And Bitcoin just obviously losing value, everything losing value at this point in time. So people are wondering, where is the place to put my money right now? So you can have a look and see what's going on with Bitcoin and the value of Bitcoin. And people are very worrying, always talking to, how that is going to be the end. But I can see that Bitcoin falls below $5,000. So what happened yesterday basically was that Bitcoin dropped 50% of its value. That is the largest digital currency plummet ever. So yeah, not too much good news to speak about this morning, unfortunately. This is just the reality that's happening all around us. And that wraps up the tweets for this morning.